car carries precious cargo. It needs to be dependable, rain or shine. Let Tom's Car Care Center in South Bend help take the stress out of your car's maintenance. We'll change your oil in 10 minutes, flush your transmission, replace your wiper blades, and much more. Oil changes include a half-price car wash when needed. Welcome to your extended family, Tom's Car Care Center.
Are you tired of auto service from big box stores and new car dealers? 45 years ago, my parents, Bud and Diane, founded Zolman's with a strong commitment to the community. Today, Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care is still family owned and operated with over 150 employees and families. And we offer a price match guarantee on any tires from any local dealer, while providing complete auto service on all makes and all models, serving you and your family for 3 generations. Buy local, shop local. Zolman's Best One Tire and Auto Care.
Just graduated high school and now wondering what's next? Ready to start making a difference? Now is your chance. The St. Joe County Police Department Correctional Officer's starting pay is $50,000. Working in the jail can teach you life skills that you can use as a correctional or police officer. Benefits include vacation, medical, dental, and vision. For more information, call Sergeant Kylie Williams at 574-245-6263 or apply at sjcpd.org.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by the St. Joseph County Police Department. Join the team and help protect and serve our community. Starting lineups being introduced. We'll tell you that tonight's check on what the teams are wearing is brought to you by It's Tops in Mishawaka. The visitors from Northwood lined up in the black jerseys with white numbers and red trim and white pants. Meanwhile, the Warsaw Tigers in their home all whites with the black numerals and the orange trim. If you want to help your team look great, It's Tops can help. They are the official outfitter for a number of local schools and even Sports Michiana, and they can do a lot more than just clothes. Learn more at itstops.net. Meanwhile, let's do a quick look at the keys to win brought to us by the Lilliard Insurance Agency. For the Northwood Panthers, they're looking for some timely hitting tonight. They want to ride Reed, the starting pitcher Connor Reed, and play some clean defense. For the Warsaw Tigers, competitive at bats. Great start from B-Mart. That's Brant Martin, their starting pitcher, and no crooked numbers for Northwood when they do the run totals at the end of each inning. And we're going to take a quick break and be back with the starting lineup and first pitch after this on Sports Michiana.
I joined Notre Dame Federal Credit Union a long time ago.
1978.
I've been a member over 15 years.
I've worked with Notre Dame my whole banking life.
44 years.
I have my checking account there, I have my savings account there.
Really value the
community-based banking system.
My credit card with Notre Dame, I have my car insurance with Notre Dame.
I can't say enough good things, really.
I have my auto loans with Notre Dame.
My whole life is at Notre Dame Credit
I will
Union.
remain with them until the day I die.
It's one unique, one special vibe.
In 1969, America celebrated men landing on the moon. Now the USA is trying to return, and Imagineering Finishing Technologies in South Bend is helping pave the way. IFT is providing paint, chemical conversion coatings, and non-destructive testing services for NASA's Space Launch System and Orion spacecraft, which will deliver astronauts to the moon and possibly Mars. Help make it happen by joining the Imagineering Finishing Technologies team at iftww.com/careers.
Yes, I was just in a bad car accident. I need help.
I'm in a call center. How am I supposed to help you? Did you buy this insurance over the interweb?
Yes.
You think this can wait till after my lunch break?
No, your lunch can wait.
When this happens, you'll understand why it's important to have a local agent. The Lilliard Insurance Agency is just that agency. We're a local agency and we're here to take care of you. Call the Lilliard Agency today.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you by Tire Rack. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Northwood will bat in the top of the first. The batting order, here's Anj.
All right, it's the Masons leading it off to start. Bogan and Warren. Mason Warren batting .321 with 17 RBI. Nate Dukowski is the shortstop, batting .390. Nathan Schrock is the second baseman. Connor Reed, the pitcher tonight, also hits .349. And at the bottom of the order, Ty Stankovic, the left fielder, hitting .273 on the season.
Quick look at the defense for the Warsaw Tigers tonight. They'll have Rogan Bailey in left, Logan Kim in center, and Grady Nelson in right. Quentin Brock, Wyatt Stapleton, Kellen Bailey, and Hunter Dippin, the infield third to first. Cohen-Hetty behind the plate, and it's Brant Martin on the mound. You may remember that name from basketball season for the Tigers. Martin is 3-1 on the year and a sparkling 0.46 ERA. This is his 7th appearance of the season. In 22 and a third innings, he's allowed 23 hits, 13 runs, but only 4 of them earned. 18 strikeouts and 4 walks, so he has very good control. And he is committed to play at Trinity. He'll play basketball there, though, as he was an all-Northern Lakes Conference basketball selection.
Our first inning tonight is brought to you by Envision Pools. Build the pool you've been dreaming of with Envision Pools. They offer in-ground pools starting at $39,000 and above-ground pools with in-house installation. Spas, chemicals, service, and maintenance also available. Learn more at envisionpools.net. Go Warsaw.
And our opening pitch tonight brought to you by your neighborly hometown heroes. As you get a look in from the outfield here at Tiger Field, Mason Bogan stands in to lead it off. The left-handed hitting Bogan batting .266. No homers and 4 runs batted in. And away we go from Warsaw with ball 1. Martin will throw a fastball, a sweeper, and a change. And he started Bogan off with a fastball there. The 1-0, a little bit high, and the count goes to 2-0 on Bogan. Bogan is a speedster, but he's been in a slump as of late. He had an 0-for-16 slump that he snapped on Monday against Wawasee. He takes one down the pipe right there, and it's 2-1. But the 4-year varsity player has usually hit Tiger pitching pretty well. He's 9-for-23 in his career against Warsaw. He fouls this one to the backstop, and the count goes to 2-2. Martin, big 6'4" hurler out there on the hill. It's all arms and legs coming at you. Here comes the 2-2. And he uncorked one, didn't really get his shoulder through at that time, and the count went full of 3-2. Cohen-Hetty, the catcher, was set up on the inside corner, and Martin was nowhere near the target that time.
Well, it's a good opening bat. You get the pitcher to go to a full count on the opening at bat. That's great. And then bonus action when you foul it off. And now you're getting into pitch number 7 of the at bat right out of the gate. Brant Martin doesn't want that. He likes the number 7. That's the number he wears. But I'm sure he doesn't want to be into his 7th pitch just on the first batter of the game.
The payoff pitch to Bogan. Fouls it straight to the backstop again. And it stays at 3-2. And for the folks sitting behind home plate, don't worry, those steel cables are working well.
We are sitting behind the plate as well, so it's interesting to have that perspective when you have the steel and the ball coming back. We had that with Tippy Valley and Jimtown in softball a few weeks ago as well.
8th pitch of the at-bat winds up being a walk to Mason Bogan. The walks are sponsored by J&N Stone. And here's Bogan on first with 11 stolen bases on the year. So let's see how aggressive Zach Benko and the Panthers play it here with Mason Warren at the plate. As Anj mentioned, Warren batting .321 on the season. The IUSB commit has no homers but 17 runs batted in. And the pitch, he shows bunt, takes a strike. It's 0-1. Warren, a very good student, 3.76 GPA. But the big story on him this year is the fact that he's coming off of elbow surgery last year on May 7th, so only a year and a week removed from that, but he's having a very productive baseball season. He misses on the bunt there, though, and the count goes to 1-1.
I think they're actually calling that 0-2 now, Chuck.
Well, the scoreboard definitely reads 0-2, so we'll see if that's the case. Bogan, about a 3-step lead at first. He's holding, breaking ball on the inside corner, called strike 3. And Warren goes down looking.
That's a good way for Brant Martin to bounce back after having 8 or 9 pitches on that first batter, then comes back and strikes out Mason Warren on 3 pitches, and now all of a sudden gets himself out of a little bit of an early possible jam.
But you still have to face Nate Dutkowski, who's batting .390 on the year. No homers and 13 runs batted in for our Tony Letcher Health Market student-athlete, who is committed to play baseball at Spring Arbor. Open stance in that right-handed box. Martin induces a ground ball, and it's backhanded by the shortstop Stapleton, but he's got to put it in his hip pocket after the diving effort. It's an infield hit for Dutkowski, and Northwood has runners at first and second with one away for Nathan Schrock, the second baseman.
By the way, we will re-air our Student Athlete of the Week interviews. We had a technical issue that took us off the air briefly, so we will re-air that probably after the broadcast if we get into a rain delay, which we don't want to happen. Maybe we can air it there.
Hush your mouth.
And we can also probably post it separately onto social media as well to give our Student Athletes of the Week presented by Tony Letcher the kudos that they certainly deserve.
Schrock takes a strike on the inside corner. Nathan batting .294, the junior with no homers and 7 runs batted in. He has only had 2 hits in his last 16 at-bats. He hits a ground ball here, squibs it towards the second baseman who can't handle it, and everybody's safe. The bases are loaded with only one away.
Well, it's very interesting. We've talked about Northwood being built on pitching and defense, and the hitting has not been there for them. Not that that was a scorcher right there, but they are getting runners on base here. Now, bases loaded in the first inning, an opportunity to score runs. But again, they haven't scored too many runs this year. This is one of those situations with one away that you have to capitalize and get at least 1 run in this inning.
And you've got a batter in Connor Reed batting .349. No homers, 13 runs batted in. He takes a breaking ball in there inside, 1-0. Reed will be the starting pitcher for Northwood today. A chance to help his own cause right here. Infield at double play depth. Swinging a foul out of play on the third base side. And the count goes to 1-1. Reed, a young man who is also committed to play his baseball at Spring Arbor University. 4-year varsity player here at Northwood. But he has had his struggles at the plate against the Warsaw Tigers. Just 3 for 21 in his career against Warsaw pitching. He takes one down the middle there on a breaking ball, and it's 1-2. And Martin has good movement on his sweeper tonight. Big situation here with the bases loaded and 1 away in the top of the first. And the 1-2 hit high in the air out towards left field. Rogan Bailey is under it and makes the catch. Tagging from third is Bogan, and he will score easily. And it's 1-0 Northwood.
Well, and as we said, they got to get at least 1 run in, and they do that. They manufacture the run with the sac fly there, and they get 1 run in here in the top of the first. That's a critical run early on for a Northwood squad that has had trouble scoring runs, so they get 1 run in, but they still have a runner in scoring position. Can they add to it here and get a second run here in this inning?
Well, they're asking a freshman to step up right here as Brody Rondo is the designated hitter tonight. But you can understand why. Only his freshman season, he's batting .277. No homers and 6 runs batted in. Coming off a 2-hit, 2-run RBI game on Monday against Wawasee. And the first pitch to Rondo is taking high for ball 1. Dutkowski at second, Schrock at first for the Panthers. Martin checks the runner. There they go, and the pitch is on the inside corner. The throw to third is not in time. It was to the foul territory side of the bag, and Dutkowski is able to slide in with the stolen base, his 9th of the season.
And now they have 2 runners in scoring position as they go to second and third. A great opportunity here for the Panthers.
Some daring do on the bases by the Panthers. Will it pay dividends here? We talked about how aggressive Andy Manis's team has been this season on the bases. Well, Zach Benko saw that page and said it looked good. Pitch misses high and in, and the count goes to 2-1 on Rondo with Drew Raines waiting on deck. Rondo, also a basketball player for Aaron Wolf over at Northwood. And the 2-1. Missing high, the count goes to 3-1. Northwood has been a hot ball club as of late. And 3 of their last 4 losses have come in extra innings. Here's a foul ball out of play, first base side, and the count goes full of 3-2. They played their way back into contention in the NLC.
Oh, they certainly have. It looked a little rocky at the start, and really both teams are probably the two hottest teams in the league right now that we're seeing. Warsaw also, they started off 3-2 in the conference play. They've rattled off 4 or 5 conference wins in a row.
Here's a tap up the third base side foul. It hit Rondo's foot in the batter's box. So runners at first and third. 2 out. And a full count on Brody Rondo.
A lot of pitches thrown by Brant Martin here in this top of the first inning. But if he can get out of it with just 1 run scored, he'll take it.
Again, the runner goes from first, and again, Rondo foils a breaking pitch, and the count holds full at 3-2.
Your home deserves the best, and your neighborly hometown heroes are here to deliver. Glass Doctor secures your home with expert glass care. Mr. Handyman takes on small fixes to big improvements, and 5-star painting revitalizes your space inside and out. Trust the pros who bring you peace of mind above all else.
3-2 the count. Again, the runner leaves from first. Martin steps off the back of the rubber, and they're just going to let him take second on fielder's indifference.
And now they have runners at second and third. I had assumed the runner had went earlier because usually almost always in high school baseball especially, the runner that will follow and take it, but they did not do that earlier.
And the ball skips away from Cohen-Hetty, but the runner will hold at third as Hetty made a heads-up play to go get that one. But here's Brant Martin, who came into this game having only walked 4 batters all season. He's walked 2 here in the first inning. Wasn't helped by his defense making an error, and now the base is loaded with 2 away for Drew Raines. By the way, the walk sponsored by J&N Stone. Raines batting 186, no homers, but he has knocked in 7. And he hits a ground ball fouled on the first base side. 0-1 to the Northwood third baseman. Raines only a sophomore. Has not had an RBI in his last 9 games. Here's a chance to change that in a big way. Gets on a breaking ball and hit a foul right to the runner at third, Dutkowski, and it's 0-2.
Is that legal?
Apparently so.
I'm not sure he can do that.
Probably shouldn't, but he is in foul territory. So
I guess that's what makes it okay.
Here comes the 0-2 from Martin. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Martin with his second strikeout of the inning gets out of the jam, but the Panthers score a run on a hit with an error and leave 3. End of half an inning. Northwood 1, Warsaw coming up on Sports Michiana.
Yes, I was just in a bad car accident. I need help.
I'm in a call center. How am I supposed to help you? Did you buy this insurance over the interweb?
Yes.
You think this can wait till after my lunch break?
No, your lunch can wait.
When this happens, you'll understand why it's important to have a local agent. The Lilliard Insurance Agency is just that agency. We're a local agency and we're here to take care of you. Call the Lilliard Agency today.
And this edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week is being brought to us in part by Reliance. Design, build, renovate. Warsaw Tigers get their first wax at Connor Reed. Here's Anj with the starting lineup brought to us by Axurban Wealth Management.
All right, Wyatt Stapleton, our student athlete of the week, presented by Tony Letcher with Health Markets, leads the way off at shortstop. 14 stolen bases, 26 runs scored on the season. Quentin Brock bats third, hitting .412 with 22 RBI. Grady Nelson, the right fielder, hitting .457 so far this year. And then the Baileys, you want to emphasize, the two brothers, Kalen Bailey, the second baseman, hitting .311. Rogan Bailey batting ninth, the left fielder, hitting .333.
Got everybody Bailey but George Bailey in this one. Let's take a look at the Northwood defense. Ty Stankovic in left, Mason Bogan in center, Landon Perry in right. Raines, Dutkowski, Schrock, and Warren the infield third to first. Ryder Ransberger behind the plate for the lefty Connor Reed, who takes the mound tonight for the Northwood Panthers. 3-2 on the year with a 1.60 ERA. In 35 innings, Reed has allowed 29 hits, 9 runs, though, and only 8 of them earned. What an excellent strikeout-to-walk ratio of 30-7 for the Northwood pitcher.
And obviously that was the Northwood defense, not the Tippy Valley defense. We did have the players listed correctly, had the team listed wrong from when we did softball a couple of weeks ago.
Wyatt Stapleton to lead things off for Warsaw. .333 hitter, no homers, 14 runs batted in. for the Tigers shortstop. And Reed wants to make sure the signals with Ryder Ransberger are correct.
We mentioned the starting lineup for Warsaw, brought to you by Axarban Wealth Management on Winona Avenue in Warsaw. They can help you if you're feeling unsure about your financial future. Advisor Andy Manis, sound familiar? Yes, Warsaw coach, will guide you through options from retirement planning to college savings in a free consultation. You can call 574-265-9041. That's 574-265-9041 to schedule today.
Strike on the outside corner from Connor Reed. And by the way, that name, Axarban, it's Nebraska backwards. Well, why would Andy Manis do that? He's a native of Lincoln, Nebraska. And the pitch to Stapleton, a swing and a miss from Reed on the fastball again. It's 0-2. It's interesting that Connor Reed has started off with 2 fastballs because he told me yesterday he really thought he might have to rely on his breaking ball and changeup quite a bit against this Warsaw lineup. But so far, it's been all heat to Stapleton. It's 0-2.
Maybe he wants to get it established and then obviously realize that he can fool him a little bit with the off-speed coming up here perhaps right now.
Stapleton has been Mr. Steady this year for Warsaw. Hits in 18 of their 20 games so far. But he takes a strike on the outside corner. Again, good movement on the fastball there from Reed, his 31st K of the season. 1 out, nobody on. Here's Logan Kim, the center fielder.
Take a look at the replay brought to you by Hoover Lumber and Coal, locally owned lumber yard and hardware store that prides itself on quality products and service. Stock full of Northwood alums. Hoover Lumber.
Warsaw football fan. He had the game-winning touchdown in their sectional championship win over Concord on Sports Michiana. He rips a line drive into left field for a base hit. So Brock starting to heat up. He had a couple of hits on Monday night. And now a 2-out single here on Wednesday night. And it brings up the big right fielder, Grady Nelson. Nelson, another member of that Warsaw football team. Only a sophomore, but batting .457. No homers and 11 runs batted in. He was all-conference as a freshman a year ago. And he hits this one in the air, foul territory, left side. Ransberger coming to the screen, but he can't get there. There is a whole lot of room behind home plate and in foul territory in this ballpark. It is almost to the point where you would think the catcher might need a cutoff man to throw to home plate from the backstop. 0-1, the count on Grady Nelson. Nelson playing right field tonight. Has only struck out twice all season. Both of those were in Warsaw's game against Carroll. Turns on one here, hits a ground ball to the second baseman. He'll throw to first for the out. Nelson is retired, and so are the Tigers. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left at the end of 1-0 Northwood on Sports Michiana.
For over 100 years, experience and inspiration have been the foundation of Big C Lumber. I'm Mark Young. Deciding on the perfect cabinetry for your home can be overwhelming. It's best to depend on our consultants with decades of experience at Big C Lumber. Your needs and wishes will be matched with our guidance in the creation of new spaces. We call this customer-inspired design, representing your personality, your style. Visit Big C Lumber, where the possibilities are endless.
Let's be honest, shopping for window treatments can be a real pain in the glass. Shades, shutters, blinds, drapes, the options are endless. Avoid expensive mistakes and return shipping with online retailers. Call the local team at Quality Window Treatments. Their entirely local process makes choosing the right look for your space easy. They bring the showroom to you during your in-person consultation. And with hands-off local installation, you never make a measurement. Visit QualityWindowTreatment.com to book your free consultation and see your space in a whole new light.
This edition of the Sports Michiana Game of the Week being brought to you in part by Notre Dame Federal Credit Union. They put people over profits. Chuck Freeby, Angelo, Carlo, Patrick Driscoll with you from Tiger Field in Warsaw. Northwood with a 1-0 lead on the homestanding Tigers as we go to the top of the second. An inning that's being sponsored by Ferret Custom Roll Forming.
And Ferret Custom Roll Forming, the best choice in metal fabrication, provides ISO certified quality with unparalleled service and support. At Ferret Custom Roll Forming, we form value. Learn more at ferretrollforming.com.
Ryder Ransberger, the catcher, leads things off. Here in the second, the junior batting 186, no homers, 8 runs batted in. 3 of those came against Wawasee in Northwood's 10-0 win on Monday. Brant Martin starts him off with a fastball foul to the backstop, and it's 0-1.
Hey, thank you to Tire Rack for being the scoreboard sponsor for the Sports Michiana Game of the Week. Need new tires? Visit TireRack.com. Check out their easy-to-use tire decision guide. Tires, wheels, and more will help you get there.
Cohen Hetty, the catcher, setting up over that outside corner, and Martin hit the target. Ground ball to shorts. Charging is Stapleton. Bare hand throw, and he got him. Pretty play. Wyatt Stapleton says there's no need for the glove here. I'll just charge in and grab it barehanded. You'll get another look from Hoover Lumber and Coal.
Excellent work there by Stapleton. An early contender for our Big C Lumber big play of the game. Outstanding work. And great job by our crew there on the Hoover Lumber and Coal replay.
3-sport athlete Ty Stankovic stands in now. The senior batting 273, no homers and just 2 RBI for the season. Martin starts him with a fastball down the middle, 0-1. Stankovic playing with a bit of a heavy heart, his grandmother Diane having passed away on Saturday. And Stankovic hits a ground ball to the right side. Kellen Bailey fields and fires, and there's 2 away.
What a great start to this inning by Brant Martin after the struggles of how many batters he faced. 7 different batters in the first inning, only giving up 1 run, but leaving the bases loaded. But now off to a good start, and obviously started by Stapleton's defense behind him getting that early out. But this would be a great way to bounce back in terms of the pitch count as well, because he racked up a lot of pitches in that first inning if he can get out of this in this at-bat.
Mason Bogan stands in there. He walked and scored back at the first and takes the first pitch down low. Bogan committed to play his baseball at Olivet Nazarene. He was an All-Northern Lakes Conference selection a year ago. The 1-0 on the inside corner for a strike, and it's 1-1.
Before the game, we interviewed our Student Athletes of the Week presented by Tony Letcher. Tony is a lifelong resident of Michiana, licensed insurance agent with Health Markets. If you need insurance, Tony is your guy. Google Tony Letcher Health Markets to connect.
Bogan takes a sweeper inside. The count goes to 2-1 on the Northwood center fielder.
And that interview we will actually air at the end of the game due to our technical difficulties earlier, and we will post that separately to social media as well.
Here's a drive down the right field side, but it's foul, and the count goes to 2-2 on Mason Bogan.
Napanee Family Eye Care has had a clear vision since 1999 to be recognized as the premier eye care provider in northern Indiana. What do they want to see tonight? A Northwood victory. Visit NFE2020.com to make an appointment today.
Deuce is wild on that scoreboard. Second inning, 2-2 count, and 2 away. Bogan trying to make it a 2-0 Northwood lead, but instead he hits a little squib foul here, and the count holds at 2-2.
By the way, that was a good reminder for me that scoring earlier was brought to you by Napanee Family Eye Care, the run that was scored in the first inning for the Northwood Panthers.
Another 2-2 for Martin. Breaking ball called strike 3 on the inside corner. Martin now with 3 strikeouts in the game as the Panthers go 1-2-3 here in the second inning, and they'll take a 1-0 lead to the bottom of the second as we get ready to meet with Zach Benko, the head coach of the Northwood Panthers, and he'll be chatting with Patrick Driscoll in a Patrick sideline report here momentarily. Zach was coaching over at third base, so we got to get him over in front of the Northwood dugout, but looks like they're ready to go. So, Patrick, go ahead with the head coach of the Northwood Panthers.
Yeah, Coach, early on, just any quick thoughts you like about the game? You know, you're able to get Martin's pitch count up, but anything else strike out to you?
Yeah, you know what, I think Reed looks really good on the mound. Our defense is playing well. I like how we've had a lot of base runners, able to move one across the plate, do a job there by Reed. Bogan tagging on that. So more of the same. We got to continue to get base runners. That's how we're going to be able to stay in this game and hopefully win it. But, yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, and you mentioned not too many get a second chance, yesterday. 11 years later, here you are back again. Just what does that mean to you?
Oh, it means the world. Tremendous community, tremendous fans, no better place to raise my family. And these ball players show it. They leave it on the field, and happy to be a part of it with them.
And then lastly, just what's the message to the team going to be for the rest of the game? Pull this one out?
Well, I think it's we got a lot of baseball to play, so we'll continue to stay with us and focus on what we're doing. A lot of times teams can get caught up in what the other team's doing, but we know we got to take care of ourselves to be successful.
All right, Zach Benkos and NorthWood. Anj, Chuck, let's take it back up to you guys.
All right, thank you very much, Patrick. A 1-0 Northwood lead as we continue with the Ferret Custom Roll forming second inning. Kellen Bailey to lead things off for Warsaw here in the bottom of the second. Bailey cranked a grand slam Monday against Plymouth for his 4th homer of the season, and he takes a fastball strike on the inside corner. Connor Reed is dotting I's out there in the early going.
Coach Benko mentioning, first thing that comes to mind, the way Connor Reed is pitching, and no question about it, he is dealing right now.
Here's a fly ball into center field and deep. Bogan going back, way back, and it's off the wall. Bailey rounds first and heads for second with a double.
Does that count as the announcer jinx? Because as soon as we say that, he gets belted to center field with a hot double there, and Warsaw now in business here in the bottom of the second inning as we take a look at the replay brought to you by Hoover Lumber and Coal, and boy, did he get a hold of this one all the way out deep to the deepest part of the ballpark. Anywhere else, maybe that one would have been out of here, but instead it stays in for a long double.
So the Anderson University commit, Kellen Bailey, doubles to lead off the second, and here's the big first baseman, Hunter Dippin. The lefty Reed working against the righty Dippin, batting .339. A swing and a miss from the big fella there, and it's 0-1.
43 Boys Baseball Club in Warsaw is built on the principles of players play, coaches coach, and parents cheer. 2025 tryouts begin July 22nd. Learn more at 43boysbaseballclub.com. Go Tigers.
And Dippin wants a little bit of pine tar to put on that bat. He felt the handle was a little bit loose that time as he took his swing. Dippin, an all-Northern Lakes Conference selection last season in baseball, but he's going to play football. You can see why at Manchester University. Line drive, center field, base hit. They'll send the runner around. Bogan's throw will be cut off. It's a 1-1 ball game.
That run score brought to you by 43 Boys Baseball Club as Warsaw ties the game up at 1 here in the bottom of the second. And after a great first inning for Connor Reed, back-to-back very hard-hit balls here by the Warsaw Tigers here in the second inning. As you take a look at the replay brought to you by Hoover Lumber and Coal as he got a hold of that one for the RBI single.
Dippin now with 14 runs batted in this season. Stands at first with nobody out, and here's Oliver Nice in the DH. Left-hand batter takes outside for ball one.
Imagineering Finishing Technologies in South Bend is a longtime supporter of high school athletics. They're also helping NASA send astronauts back to the moon. If you want to help, learn more on joining the Imagineering Finishing Technologies team at iftww.com/careers.
Swing and a miss on a fastball there that was elevated, and the count was 1-1. Nyson had a big game against the Panthers the first time these two teams played with 2 doubles, 3 hits, and 3 RBI in the win over the Panthers in extra innings. Reed delivers. Breaking ball in there for a strike, and the count goes to 1-2.
Jan Stone applauds Northwood Athletics for its rich tradition of excellence. Jan & Stone is a family-owned business that manufactures and installs precast stone veneer. Go Panthers.
Reed ready with the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him with a sweeper. And Nyson is down on strikes. That is the 3rd strikeout of the game for Connor Reed, and it brings up the Warsaw catcher, Cohen Hetty.
Take a look at the replay brought to you by Hoover Lumber and Coal. Just completely fooled him on the pitch. Good way to bounce back for Connor Reed. After a couple of big, hard-hit balls, he gets his first out of the inning.
Hetty batting .224, a homer and 16 knocked in. Takes that one a little bit high for ball one. Hetty committed to play his baseball at Huntington University. He was an all-Northern Lakes Conference catcher a year ago. Dipping a short lead at first against the lefty Reed, and the pitch is fouled away and out of play. And the count goes to 1-1.
Learn from the pros. Parkview Sports Medicine Baseball is home to innovative positional and hitting training programs, lessons, and clinics led by MLB veteran and former Tin Caps player Josh Van Meter. Visit psmsports.com/baseball to register for upcoming training. Josh Van Meter, great ball player at Norwell High School back in the day.
Absolutely. The 1-1 from Reed, breaking ball. That one missed upstairs as well. 2-1, and that's probably the biggest difference between Connor Reed in this inning and in the first. Is his pitches right now are getting a little bit elevated, and he left 2 up in the zone to Bailey and Dippin, and that's how Warsaw has tied the game at 1. That one misses upstairs as well, and the count goes to 3-1 on Hetty. Hetty, a young man who lives up to his name. He's got a 4.1 GPA. Ready for the 3-1 from Reed. Fastball, he got that one down low, and Hetty had a fight to foul it off, and the count goes to 3-2. The freshman, Rogan Bailey, waits on deck. Infield at double play depth. The third baseman Rains even with